Hi, my name is Laurel Dennis, and today I would like to talk to you about retinoblastoma. If you haven't ever heard of retinoblastoma, it's a form of cancer in the eye that mainly affects the retina. If it's not properly treated, it can quickly spread to other parts of the eye, the brain, and the bones. Retinoblastoma is a cancer that primarily affects children, and it's usually diagnosed before a child reaches the age of 3. Retinoblastoma accounts for about 3% of all childhood cancers, as 250 to 300 new cases of it are diagnosed each year. 40% of these cases are hereditary, but the majority, 60% of cases, are non-hereditary and completely unforeseen. Retinoblastoma has a number of symptoms, including cat's eye, which is a white-yellow mass or glow around the pupil, poor vision, eyes turning inward or outward, and pain from the pressure as the tumor grows. So infants are diagnosed with retinoblastoma, and treatment usually depends on a number of factors. That could be whether it's affected both eyes, if it has affected the vision, and if it has spread to other areas. Surgery can be done to remove the affected eyes in children with advanced retinoblastoma. In kids with one affected eye, when that eye is removed, most of them don't need any more treatment. If both eyes are affected, they'll remove one eye and treatment becomes focused on saving the good eye to prevent blindness. If a tumor has spread further than the retina, chemo is usually needed post-surgery. Chemotherapy is another primary form of treatment, but chemo alone cannot cure retinoblastomas, so that's where focal therapy comes in. This type of treatment involves laser therapy or freezing treatments. Sometimes focal therapy alone can be used, but again, it totally depends on the severity of the tumor.
Hi, my name is Trace Atkinson, and I was diagnosed with retinoblastoma in 2000 when I was a little over a year old. My parents first noticed it when it looked like I had pink eye. They noticed a weird cloud to my eye. My optometrist took a look and said there was something definitely wrong. It wasn't just pink eye, so he sent me to MUSC in Charleston, South Carolina. I saw a doctor there who confirmed that it was cancer, retinoblastoma, in my left eye. They told my parents that it was at a point to where the best thing to do would be remove my eye. Surgery gave me a much higher survival rate. It made it less likely to spread to my other eye or any other surrounding tissues. I went through about 12 total surgeries over the span of the next year that not only removed my eye, but also repaired the tissue from where it had been removed. And they also put in an implant for a prosthetic eye, which is what this is. The cool part about the implant is that they were able to save some of the nerves and muscles that make my prosthesis function like a real eye. I got my first prosthesis when I was about 4 years old, and I've had one ever since. It's pretty cool. I can take it in and out, put it back in, but I don't really have to unless it gets dirty. It's pretty low maintenance, but it does have its setbacks. Mentally, it's been hard on me. People look at me certain ways where I just know that they're looking at my eye. A lot of times I avoid eye contact in the hopes that people don't notice. Sometimes people even ask, "What's wrong with your eye?" I'm just so self-conscious about it all the time that it has given me a lot of unnecessary anxiety. But I am a survivor, and without all of the advanced medical treatment available for this specific type of cancer, I might not even be alive today. My parents have been donating to St. Jude's since I was diagnosed to help children with retinoblastoma fight back. There are so many clinical trials out there for retinoblastoma, most of which are operating at St. Jude's Hospital. My hope is that with more donations to this foundation, fewer children will have to experience what I've experienced.
St. Jude is the only National Cancer Institute devoted solely to children, and they have created more clinical trials for cancer than any other children's hospital in the United States. This means that children will have access to a large clinical team of pediatric and ocular oncologists, ophthalmologists, surgeons, radiation and rehabilitation technicians, and genetic counselors. It's one of the largest groups anywhere in the world dedicated to the treatment of children with retinoblastoma. St. Jude's scientists have found possible targeted therapies that kill retinoblastoma cells better than treatments that were used in the past, which would dramatically impact an affected child's treatment with this form of cancer. As of today, St. Jude has 3 active clinical trials for children with retinoblastoma. Not only do clinical trials yield results, but they also give hope to suffering families, a light at the end of a very dark tunnel. By donating to St. Jude's, you would contribute to the hope spread among all cancer patients, but especially those with retinoblastoma. We should be doing our part to fight for those who are standing in front of battles that they had no intentions of fighting themselves. This could be you, your child, your niece, or your nephew, or your grandchild. And if it were, wouldn't you want to do everything in your power to ensure they had hope for a way out? I'm confident that together we can prevent retinoblastomas before they spread and even provide a cure for retinoblastomas and cancer altogether.